Konnichiwa, viewers. Welcome to another episode of Kyoto by Night, The Second Breath. This evening, Pink Fox has managed to get Musashi Akira with her for a little bit more. Well, let's see exactly what she's doing with him tonight.
Tonight, say no more.
No, that comes later. Pink Fox, in this particular evening, well, considering everything that's been going on lately and how she's been going down the proverbial list, as it were, Pink Fox has dragged Akira into the office at the Bottom-Up nightclub to kind of get prepared for a conversation that they knew was inevitably going to come, not between them, but between the two of them and a mutual acquaintance of theirs. I think we can start it with Pink Fox, just like checking outside the office, just make sure she knows where everyone is, and that everything's all right in the club. And in particular, she's also looking out for Masaru, or as they are trying to encourage him to go by, Surumi Goro. Assuming that he is where he's supposed to be, at the front, around the front doors.
Yes, he is.
And then she'll just close the office. Some people open the door, hold the door. Some people open it. That's what I'm going to say.
I was trying to find something that was at least somewhat representative on how, because he can't modify himself that much yet, but yeah, he does have his somewhat altered appearance, a little bit more brutishness, but it helps cover up the vicious scarring that he normally has. And yeah, he's there working.
Mm-hmm. Akira, turn off that mobile.
He quickly takes his phone and turns it off.
And once she's made sure that he's there and he's doing what he's supposed to do and preoccupied, as it were, she'll close the door and turn back to Akira. Walk down to the office, as it were, to the table as well.
Okay. I think it's about time that we had that talk with Goro.
He nods.
Remember, we're calling him Goro.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we know. It's good. It's imperative to keep up the act.
It's not an act. It's a lifestyle.
Of the rich and the famous. They are always complaining. And he grins and then he nods, yes.
This is serious.
I know, he says, looking at her.
Just so we're clear about what direction we're going with this. Number one, it was Ogawa that decided that Koharu had to die. Number two, by us taking him and Koharu in the same vehicle back to him, he was testing us. Because we have a very important task in here, in the city.
Oh, yeah.
And, well, number three, the reason why we kept knowledge from him is because we were following Ogawa's orders, and we wanted to learn for ourselves. And more importantly, and I think both of you, we don't need to pretend about this one. None of us particularly care about Koharu, at least the results of it anyway.
Indeed, he says. We just need the situation fixed.
Hmm. Now that she's gone, Kingu Masaru has no reason to be around, no reason to exist. That's the last root that's stopping Goro from becoming a rootless tree.
Hmm.
Just so we're clear, though, I'm hoping that this won't turn violent.
He nods. It is. It is all. It would be all things unbecoming. He says. I have done a little bit to try to increase my skills in that area, but I would prefer not to fight if it is possible. However, we need to be prepared for the possibility. On the other hand, he says, I might have some skills. Like I have recently acquired some skills in obligation that might prevent it coming to that.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm good. I'm good, somewhat anyway, in fighting. But like I said, we'll just have to hope that it doesn't come to that.
Mm.
Anyway, shall I call him up?
He nods. Let's do this for better or for worse.
Mm-hmm. A dog with only 3 legs doesn't pine over losing that limb. You know?
A
That
bowl is most
pink
a bowl is most useful when it is empty.
that pink fox is going to probably pick up the phone in the office and like dial one of the intercom numbers, and I'm presuming she gets the reception. She'll probably like, ask, could you ask Goro to come up to the office just for a minute?
Yeah, no problem, ma'am. And after a few minutes, there's a knock at the door.
And then Pink Fox, naturally takes one of the seats. And, probably during that time that they've been waiting, they've been like setting up the room, as it were. Giving Goro the like a seat, and letting Pink Fox, have the boss seat, as it were, giving Akira whatnot, and making sure that everything is, or anything that's breakable, well, roughly breakable, is like tucked away. And then she'll just go,
Come on in, door's open.
He opens the door and steps in. You wanted to see me, boss?
and then Pink Fox, stands straight up. She hops up and runs around the. I say runs. She tip taps around the table, and she rushes over.
Goro,
And she gives him a light hug.
do you want to sit down? We just needed to clear the air with a few things.
She'll shut the
Okay.
door for him.
Okay, first of all, I'm really happy with your performance since you started here. And, how have you been finding the whole thing?
It's good. It's a good job to get into. Um, I'm sorry. He kind of looks from the two of you and back at the door, and he's like, when we're private, am I like, how long am I supposed to
Well,
do do I keep
Akira
this
walks over and closes the door, by the way.
do I keep this up the whole time? Or do I relax when it's just us?
well, here's the thing. Do you know what one of the what's the word? Subject? No. Do you know what one of the nicknames is for those who follow the path of the thousand whispers?
Centipedes.
Mm-hmm. Do you know why that is?
Because they're made up of hundreds of different lives.
Mm-hmm. Do you know what the other name for them is?
No.
Rootless trees. It's kind of means that, well, for me anyway, it means that the roots that they had in those previous lives that they lived are non-existent. It's kind of a bit of a, it's a bit of an, what's the word? What's that word where they where something is like it contradicts itself? Like an oxymoron?
Sure.
Yeah.
I
It
guess.
sounds like it contradicts itself, but it has a deeper wisdom to it. It acknowledges that we are outside of the natural order. Well, we're outside the typically accepted natural order of things, but we are still in part of the natural order. It's just we're supernatural in nature. But to answer your question, in public and with us, you are Tsurumi Goro. Who Tsurumi Goro is, however, is entirely up to you, whether he's amongst humans or amongst friends. It's not so much another identity, though it is in many ways, as it is another life. Anyway, I know this is not an easy thing for you to try and adapt or follow. And we know that there is one last root that needs to be pulled up before you can truly refer to yourself as a rootless tree.
Have you found my sister?
Akira will try to do a manipulation subterfuge to hide his facial expression.
I'll just wait for Mark to finish his roll.
And he gets 3 successes. So he's cool. Doesn't flinch.
Okay.
Yes, we did.
Let's go then. I mean, is that why you called me here? Are you giving Goro the night off so that we can deal with this?
I just wanted to explain the course of events so you could understand why it took as long as it did, who we were following orders from, and how the result came as it did, and how that is the only reason why we want you to step away. Not step away from your life as Tsurumi Goro, but to step away from the life that you once led, the identity that you once were. You recall the mansion that we went to not all that long ago? The one belonging
Yeah.
to Ogawa-san?
Yeah.
He took a very particular interest in your sister, in Masaru's sister.
She was there?
When we told him that we were searching for your sister, and your sister had some connection to this broken mirrors, he started to get very interested in us and in your sister. He is a Mandarin, and he gave us orders to bring her to him. Actually, we're just running monkeys. We have no reason to want to disobey someone as wise as him. He's the first Oni. He is the one who will judge whether someone is worthy of their continued existence, mortal or otherwise. It's not often that I've ever met a devil tiger, at least one from the north direction. But I felt in my heart that if there was anyone that could discern whether your sister deserved to live or die fairly in the grand scheme of things, it would be them.
But so she was there when we went there?
Yes, she was. He found her. He looked at her. He weighed her soul in the balance, and he found her wanting. And then he killed her.
He's like got this surprised look on his face, and he's just kind of looking from one of you to the other and back again. But
And Pink Frost just simply shrugs his shoulders. Are you sad that she's dead?
Akira looks at him very carefully, trying to figure out what he's going to do. Actually, he's going to...
Yeah, I think
yeah, you can do
perception.
a
Perception
perception empathy.
Yeah, exactly.
3, unless 4, unless the 10 counts as 4.
One success.
He seems right now he seems to be confused and not really sure of what you guys are saying from Akira's perspective. Pink Fox, you can see that he's looks like he might be kind of panicking a little bit in amongst the confusion, and is looking betrayed.
And now my friggin' overlay and my dice stream has disappeared again. Could you give me a moment just to refresh so I can get them back so you can actually see any other dice rolls?
Sorry, what do you need, Jay?
I was saying, could you give me a minute to refresh so I could get my dice
Oh,
stream?
yes, yeah, for sure.
Okay. Okie dokes. Let's see if it actually loads up. Okay. Right, can you guys actually hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Okay. Still a bit of lag on my end. I don't know what keeps causing this. And now it's just... Oh, bloody hell. Hang on, I need to refresh again. We'll get there eventually. And they're both loading up again. Oh, finally. See how many.
I can roll for you, Jason, if you're... Nope, there we go.
Yeah, we can actually see them. Hang on, let me do another couple of rolls. Yep, they load up. I mean, only a few of them are loading up. And it's very slowly, but, you know, getting there. I think it might be better if I just don't do die. What if we do minimize dice rolls? But anyway. But yeah, anyway, yeah, you said that he looks confused and a little bit betrayed.
Yes.
You look surprised. I mean, would it have really mattered how Masaru would have gotten his revenge? Just that she was gone?
But you guys have lied to me. You guys told me even after that night. You guys have kept from me that you guys knew where she was or what was happening.
It wasn't our choice. Have you ever seen Ogawa when he is transformed?
But why wouldn't you guys just tell me?
Because you would have tried to have stopped us. And then Ogawa would have been angry at us as well as you. You wanted Koharu dead. We want to see you step away from that life. So we felt that Ogawa was the one who we should have spoken to about this, as he is the most wisest. And his position as First Oni dictates that he would be the one most qualified to discern the right judgment. He took what you told us into account. I would hope. And he felt that killing Koharu was the best course. Personally, killing Koharu was the best choice. If there's one thing I have realized about life after the second breath, is that we cannot always get what we want. I'm sorry I couldn't do any better for you. I know that I failed in that regard, and I'm sorry. But look at the silver lining. Now Masaru has what he wants. Now, for Masaru, justice has been served, and he can rest easy in his grave.
But I'm still Masaru. Her painting is done, but she still has paintings out there. We still need to get more of them. And why did I don't know why she did what she did. Don't we have people that can speak to the dead? Can we get them to summon her? Like, I need some sort of closure here on this.
We do.
But she won't be coming back. Not for a while.
He's starting to seem a little bit antsy, like a little twitchy, and just keeps like looking over his shoulder and looking around the room.
You don't have to worry. She's not going to come back in that regard. Besides, there's already enough spirits of the dead in our well, not exactly in our employ or alliance or anything like that. But we have mutual interests. They stay on their side, we stay on ours. That's not to say that you couldn't learn how to speak to them. You know. But we're getting off topic here.
I just...
What closure were you hoping to get from this?
Well, I wanted to know what... I wanted to know why she did what she did, and he wanted to find out. He wanted to do it back to her. He wanted to get revenge, and now he doesn't have revenge. Now he's going to be wanting that vengeance on everything and everybody. I can feel him now. He's already starting to whisper to me.
See what I meant? When I said that even if you did get revenge, it would only lead to a cycle of further vengeance. The demon would still continue to find reasons for you to continue.
Yes, of course he does. Like, of course he wants to be placated. That's why we were destroying her paintings. That's why, and you guys haven't found any more of her paintings for me over like months now, and he's getting very antsy and very demanding, and he's very tiresome of me running around in these circles doing stupid things all the time.
So then don't placate him. I have one as well. They have their demands, they have their wants, they have their needs. See, if they keep asking things of you and you keep giving them, you grow stronger. You or them?
We both are stronger. He makes me strong.
No.
This Goro
They-
doesn't make me strong.
He will eventually take over completely, he says, and there will be nothing of you left. That is what will happen if you keep feeding him.
I can't tell you what you want to hear. It would be dishonest and it would be destructive for you.
I just... What did you do with her then?
After Masaru killed her, well, the remains are... Where did you send them, Akira?
Sorry. I took them, you mean, You mean where did we put Masaru? In the temple. We were there.
Oh, yeah. Like I said, this is the last route that Masaru has, and all this really needs from you is just let it go. Let it go before it kills you.
He's like I said, he's twitching and just looking around the room, and I'll let you guys make another perception empathy roll.
Yeah. Do.
4 successes, and
Okay.
what's the 10
Wow.
count?
3 successes.
Okay, so you guys both. He seems to be getting agitated by more than just the conversation. The conversation seems to be confusing him, but something else seems to be bothering him, and it's not specifically the whispering of his Poe. You guys can tell he's not fighting Shadow Soul, but something's goading him, something's bugging him, and it seems to be building.
Common sense, spirit related.
It doesn't seem to be. It seems to be something internal, from what you can tell. So if it is spirit related, then it's actually it'd be unlikely. I would say you could tell it'd be unlikely to be spirit related, unless it's something that is actively trying to attack him specifically.
Right, so it's not his Poe that's goading them.
Not specifically, at least not in the way that you guys are probably trying to watch out for. It's possible his Poe could be involved, but it does not appear to be a Shadow Soul.
Okay.
If you guys have anything, any trait or knowledge that would help with psychology, if not, if you have medicine, I'll let you make a medicine roll at a higher difficulty. But you can do a wits psychology or wits medicine roll.
No
How about subterfuge?
Subterfuge I don't think will help.
No medicine or psychology, but we do. Pink Fox does have a PhD in pain, and by that I mean very high subterfuge and empathy.
Okay. I guess I'll let you guys make a wits empathy roll at difficulty 8.
Yep.
Nothing for Pink, fortunately.
Ooh, look at those 10, 5, 3, 2, 10. In case you can't see it.
Okay. So Akira, you're trying to figure out what seems to be bugging him, and he seems to be slowly losing his grip on his sanity. Not a specifically, with those successes, I'll say that it looks like he's actually starting to have a derangement that's going to trigger. And his Poe is basically waiting for it to trigger instead of trying to goad him on its own.
Okay, so just a second. Akira will look at him and say, what will he say? He will say, Look, this is a lot to take in. We get that, he says, but there is still work to be done, and you need to do your you need to pull together and help us get through this, because if not, then we will all suffer.
I've got to go. I can't deal with this right now. I've got to go.
And Pink Fox will, she'll. How can I describe this? And I'm also quite upset that that last dice roll also, well, the dice roll before that took off my overlay and everything. But yeah. Pink Fox is, she's still going to be stand out from the desk. She just kind of just place a hand on Goro's shoulder.
It's okay. It's okay.
Then I'm going to roll for Soul Bridge. It's difficulty 7 for what's into it.
Yep, difficulty 7 for Shen.
Oh, all right.
Akira will do that as well.
And you don't have to worry about the Hun or Enlightenment getting in the way here, so...
Ooh. 4 successes. 98498.
Okay.
Alright, hang on, let me look. Yeah, I'm just trying to... I know which effect I want to do. It's the Hun roll at difficulty 6 to transmit simple empathic urges, but I'm just trying to figure what would be the best one to do here. I mean, he's obviously to me it seems like he's panicking. He's having a panic attack or something like that.
Yeah, he's definitely heading in that direction.
Yeah. I don't want to fill him with apathy because that'll just compound it and maybe even turn it into manic depression. Calmness, serenity, something that can help him focus, but focus without too much of emotional. I'm sorry, man. My brain is just a bit fried at the moment. But you get what I'm trying to get at.
Very well.
Just a mindset that'll help him deal with everything that's just come into it, but just come into his life.
So just kind of basically you're just trying to
get on the straight and narrow.
Try to get him to calm down. All right, then yeah, you roll your Hun, difficulty 6. He does get an opportunity to try to resist this. So.
Hello,
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Oh.
I don't know why, but my audio's just been cutting out
Okay.
Yeah, what did you just say?
So, okay, you can make your Hun roll to try to calm him down. He does get a Hun roll to be able to resist as well.
Okay, that's just 1 success for Pink Fox's part.
He is not calming down.
Akira actually rolled the same.
So you can make a Hun roll as well if you'd like.
Yeah,
to try
definitely.
to calm him down.
Is it a lower difficulty because of the number of successes?
No, it's difficulty
Okay.
6. The number of successes can help you with some of the other options under Soul Bridge, but for this one, it just gives you the chance to make this roll.
Okay, well, I get 6 to 10. If you can't see it. I don't think you can.
So you've got the 2 successes. He only has 1 to resist yours. So with the 2 of you trying to drag his frustrations down, you guys can make your perception empathy, I guess. Actually, no, you both have the psychic link because of Soul Bridge, so don't even bother with that. So you guys can tell that he is calming down, but at this point you're kind of slowing the tide because you can feel that it's surging up. You guys have just postponed when he's gonna pop. And he's heading for the door.
Wait. Like we said, we know that this is a lot to take in. If you need a night or a few nights off, just let us know.
He looks over his shoulder at you. I need to. I need to go, and I have to figure out what's happening. I need to sort my thoughts.
Go speak with Kakusha.
I don't know if I've got the patience for riddles right now, but I'll see what I can do.
We'll drive you there if you need.
I need to be outside.
And, Pink Fox will actually, escort him outside.
Akira will sit down and look at some spreadsheets, try and balancing the books, etc.
He walks steady, not in as much of a rush as when he first made his way for the door. But he does head outside and doesn't even talk to any of the other people as he walks straight to head outside. With your guys' psychic link, you can tell that as soon as he gets outside, it's like the stress just seems to melt away from him, and he is in a much more naturally calm state.
Okay.
Actually, Akira will, after only like half a minute or something, he will sigh and put down the books, close the computer, and head outside in case, even though it seems that he's calming down, it's better to be safe than sorry, and he doesn't want to leave Pink with a psycho. So he goes outside as well.
It's beautiful out tonight. I'm really sorry that we couldn't do it in the way that we did, that we wanted to.
I need to find out what this means for me. I just need to.
Like I said, go speak with Kakusha.
I'm gonna go for a walk to clear my head, and then I'll. But can I trust her even more? I mean, you guys have already lied to me about this, and Ogawa's been doing whatever behind my back as well. How do I know that Gakusha's going to actually tell me what's right and not just what she wants me to deal with?
Like I said, well, I remember someone telling me, I asked them a question, and I didn't like the answer. And they looked at me really strange. And they said something which I thought was just being arrogant at first. They said to me, if you're afraid of the answer, perhaps you shouldn't have asked the question. Maybe you should tell that story to Kakusha.
Sure. Let's see what kind of riddle she spits back at me.
I can come with you to speak with her if you want.
No, I just need to be by myself for a bit. I'll come back tomorrow night.
You don't have to come back tomorrow night if you don't want to. I was being honest when I said if you needed a few nights off.
All right. I'll do that. I'm going now. I gotta go. He'll just turn and start walking away from you guys.
Pink will naturally have to let him. And then she'll look over to Akira.
That went better.
It went a lot better than I had feared, he said.
In some regards.
Yeah, do you want us to... Well, if we have any ideas that we want to do you want us to just blue book them?
Yeah, if there's anything specific you guys want to do, then yeah, for sure, or just include in, follow-up conversation scenes or whatnot.
Well, I was going to say that Pink Fox probably will try and ask Follower 7 if there's anything that she can do to try and keep her tabs on.
Maybe we should end the scene before we start talking over scene.
Yeah.
We will do that. So yes, he will head off into the night trying to deal with this news, but at least he is heading off into the night, and you guys were able to disrupt his Poe, at least temporarily, and we will see how this plays out and what plots you guys have ahead. So for those watching, sayonara.
Sayonara!